Hi, Steve and Caleb from Brownells here with another tax time video. And today we got another good reason to spend your refund here.
Yeah, what better thing to spend it on than red dot optics?
I know.
We said the same thing about rifle scopes, but you know, we're going to keep saying it about other stuff too, so get used to it, I guess.
A lot of the world is going to red dots.
Yeah, there's a good reason for it. Red dot technology has come such a long way.
Yeah.
It's just insane now. So I guess let's just kick it off. Let's talk about the first one up here.
All right.
And that's just going to be the EOTech. You can't talk about, I know it's technically a holographic sight, not really a red dot sight, but it falls into the category. So we'll throw it in there. So don't at me and say that's not a red dot sight. There's a red dot in it, and we're grouping it in, okay? Deal with it. So,
and the EOTech is a tried and true system.
It is. EOTech's been around for quite a bit of time. I can say it's a combat proven optic.
It is.
It's
been there.
Extremely robust. It's the only one of these here on the table that have a dot that's smaller than 2 MOA. Because with the red dot sight technology, you just can't get it that small. But with a holographic sight, you can. And we have more videos on that as to why. We're not going to dive into that here. But there's an emitter in there that's able to produce a dot that's smaller. So if you're looking for a really fine, crisp dot, EOTech's the way to go. Or if you're, these are also great for night vision use. There's a ton of night vision settings on these things, as well as a lot of these other red dots we'll talk about here. But I mean, you can't really talk about these without talking about at least one EOTech. And this is the XPS3.
And the EOTech is geared more toward long guns.
Yeah.
You know, like the AR platform or whatever, anything with a Picatinny rail on top. And they're built to be knocked around.
They are.
You know, you clunk it on the way out of a vehicle or something, an APC or whatever.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Yep, it has this guard over it. So that is the EOTech XPS3. And
yep.
There you have it. That's one good thing to spend that tax time refund on.
All right, moving down the line.
And I mean, we can't really talk about EOTech without talking about Aimpoint.
Right.
Now, Aimpoint is a true red dot optic. It is not a holographic sight, which means that dot isn't going to get any smaller than 2 MOA, which isn't a big deal. That's perfectly fine for many, many uses. And this is the Aimpoint Duty red dot sight. So this one is a bit more affordable than your traditional Aimpoint optics. They made this to kind of bridge that gap. And if you're looking to get into the red dot game and you want something that's a little higher end, but you don't want to pay like a true high-end price, this is definitely the one to get.
Oh, okay.
So forged aluminum body on this thing, so it's super robust. It's although it's affordable, I mean it's way more durable than a lot of other optics in that price range. And I'll just pretty much leave it at that.
Yeah. Plus Aimpoint stands behind their product really well.
They do, and of course night vision settings on this one as well, which is important for some, and it doesn't matter for others. But if you're that person, you know, there it is.
All right. So moving down in size drastically.
Yeah. Let's. We have another Aimpoint, and this is the Aimpoint Acro P2.
Okay.
And so Aimpoint came out with the Acro P1. This is primarily designed to be mounted on handguns.
Right.
Although, you know, you can get an adapter that mounts it on a 1913 that raises it up a little bit. And I actually have one here. This is an Aimpoint P1. This is the older model, mounted on a Reptilia mount so that you can mount it on a long gun.
Yeah.
So
something that requires some rise, like an AR.
Yep. And so I mean, it's not just for handguns. You can mount it on anything. But like I said, it was primarily designed behind handguns.
Yeah. You could mount it on a shotgun if you wanted to.
You could mount it on a shotgun. Yeah. You could mount it on a musket. If, you know, with a little creative gunsmithing.
A little drilling and tapping.
Anything is possible. So yeah, mount it on a musket, whatever. It'll take the recoil, no big deal.
Yeah.
And let's kind of, I guess we'll get into a little bit of the stats of this thing here. So improvements from the P1 to P2 was a more efficient emitter. They made the body of it look different. I don't know if that really changed a whole lot. They changed the button location on it. I know I'm talking about differences here, but I mean, this is a compare and contrast video. Or this is more just about the Acro P2. 3.5 MOA dot in this one, which is great for handguns. And as far as battery life goes, with one 2032 in this thing, you get roughly 5 years.
Yeah, all the Aimpoints now have phenomenal battery life.
Yeah, and I think that goes for a lot of red dots now. The
Yeah.
emitters are so efficient in these things
Yep.
that it's insane. So you hold down the bottom button and it'll turn off. Not that, I mean, you don't really ever need to kind of turn it off. Just change that battery every like 4.5 years and you're good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can remember that. If not, then
Put an appointment on your phone.
Yeah, there you have it. But yeah, it's just a really solid optic from Aimpoint. And whenever they tested these, they tested them, I want to say like 20,000 rounds on 40 Smith & Wessons.
No.
So pretty snappy cartridge,
Very snappy.
especially in a lot of compact handguns. And this thing holds up. It goes the distance.
Cool. All right. What do you got next?
Well, the standard of micro red dot sights, of course, is your Trijicon RMR.
Yeah.
And I don't really need to say a whole lot about this one. I mean, this is this is the high-end red dot sight. If you're looking for a micro red dot and you're looking to get the most out of it and just have the most robust one, this will probably get you there.
Okay. Yep.
Not to mention, you know, the Aimpoint Acro. I'll jump back real quick here. This only fits Acro footprints. There's not a whole other lot of optics out there that fit that footprint.
Okay.
Your Trijicon RMR, there's a ton of optics out there that fit that same footprint. So it's going to work on the widest variety of handguns,
There's a ton of slides out there and a ton of guns cut for it.
Yeah, so you have a lot of options out there going with the Trijicon RMR. And the glass they use is phenomenal. The emitters are super efficient. That's all we really need to say about it. It's the Trijicon RMR.
Yeah.
We got some other info out on it, so you can go check out those videos as well.
And the Trijicons hold up to heavy use.
Very,
They do,
yeah.
They do very well.
It's another combat proven optic for sure. So. Yeah, let's move down the line. Something a little newer here. We have the Holosun EPS, our enclosed pistol sight. And it's almost like they kind of blended an RMR with an Aimpoint Acro and kind of fit just kind of made their own thing with it. And I'll turn one sideways here so you can see there's a super low deck on these. So the idea behind these is that you can mount them directly to a slide and still use standard height sights.
Okay.
You don't have to use suppressor height sights with them, which is a really cool concept.
Yeah.
And I mean, the technology of red dot sights they're just getting smaller and smaller, which you don't really want it to be too small in all cases because you still want some window there to look through.
Yeah.
But if you can get the deck smaller, that's way better.
And Holosun's really been coming on strong the last 4 or 5 years.
They have, and I know I said that some of these were, all of these other ones were combat-proven sights. I've seen some pictures of Holosuns being used in the Ukraine, so I guess technically now I guess you can say they're combat-proven sights now. I don't know.
But there's competitors shooting Holosuns.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So that tells you right there. They need something that's going to hold up.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen tons of torture tests on them. By we, I mean like us and you guys have seen tons of torture tests on Holosun optics, and they are extremely rugged.
Yeah, they seem to come out of nowhere. I don't know when they started out, but
yeah,
all of a sudden, everybody is shooting a Holosun on something.
Yep.
A lot of carry guns even.
Yeah, crazy. So let's talk about these optics specifically here, now that you kind of have a good idea of who Holosun is. So these are the EPS, and this is the EPS MRS. So the EPS stands for enclosed pistol sight, which is what both of these are. And the MRS has their
Solar
panel? That's the word. Yeah, I'm thinking sun panel. That's not right. Solar panel. Yeah, so you get some even more mileage out of the battery in this one because of that solar panel there. And if you're shooting when there's sun, great, you're going to get way more battery life. If you're not, no big deal, it just kicks into the battery. This
thing is really streamlined. I mean, these buttons are almost flush.
It is. They did a really good job with the overall design of that thing.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, and the cool thing about these, unlike some of these other ones, I'd say some of these other ones, these here you can get in a red or green reticle.
Which is nice because some people can't see green or red or vice versa.
Yeah, so I mean, there you have it. You can get them in different MOA dot sizes. The standard is a 2, which is great. I think that's kind of perfect for everyone. But you can get them with a larger MOA size. You can get them with a circle dot, however you want. These are available in these 2 models you see before us here, and then they also have the carry model. And the only difference between the 2 is that the carry model has raised lips on the back, and then the carry model also has different mounting, a different mounting plate. So these here come with a mounting plate to adapt it to an RMR cut. So whenever I say adapt it to, that means it's not already an RMR cut. All of these EPSs are cut for an RMS, so the Shield RMS footprint, which is a lot of your smaller handguns.
Right, the subcompact especially.
Yeah, like your Springfield Hellcat, for example. That's an RMS cut. So these will fit directly on there, no plate needed. If you use the plate included with these, then you are then fitting the RMR footprint slides, which is great. Now the carry, that will only fit the RMS. I'm trying to keep all this straight here for you. But it does come with a plate that raises it up a little bit because some handguns have posts on the mounts that are a little bit higher. I know, guys, the industry can't all get behind and just make one spec.
That ain't happening.
You know, whatever.
It's like sight dovetails.
Yeah, and with the deck being lower, there's going to be some incompatibilities with some of those higher post guns. But all you need to know is it'll fit any of them because it comes with a plate to adapt to them. So don't worry about it. There you go.
As long as it has the right cut, you're in business.
Yep. So that covers it, Steve.
And the Holosun line is pretty affordable.
Yes, it is. We didn't even talk about that.
Across the board, I mean, they're really good value.
Yeah, out of all of these optics you see here, the Holosuns are going to be the most affordable.
Yeah.
But that's not to say they are a bad optic. They are extremely good for the money.
Yeah, they are. And they have a lot of users already.
Yep.
So that's it for this tax time. All I can say is good luck getting your refund on time, and be sure to spend it wisely.
At Brownells.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next year.